Hey everyone, it's Josh Bickers with Spiritual Guidance. Today I am making a video about basically you've awakened. Now what? Now what is there that you can do with this newly found knowledge, universal knowledge that you have obtained, in this sense of knowing that there is spirit guides out there guiding you. There's God is just there with you at all times. There's archangels. You can feel energy, see energy if you want to, and so on. So basically, I want to make a little video on you have that knowledge of what's out there. So now let's take a look at what you can actually do with that knowledge. And first, honestly, once you awaken, you see things from a different perspective. You see things for almost like from a higher perspective. And what was real to you isn't real to you anymore. So you start to realize, okay, I can feel others' energy. I can see energy. We all have gifts, and some people have stronger gifts than others, but you can always develop them. You can receive messages from your spirit guides to help guide you in life. You can read someone's energy and help guide them in their lives. You can use your hands to heal. You can use your understanding of things to gain as much knowledge, spiritual knowledge, as you possibly can, and teach it. There's just so many different varieties of things that you can do. And I just wanted to make a video kind of just going down a little bit of each one, just to kind of give you your options on what to do next. So, first I want to say on this channel, I make 2 videos a week. I'll make a informational video like I'm making right now, and then I will also do a question and answer video. So you can even comment on this video. If you have a question, you can go to my website, which is spiritualguidance33.com, or you can find my page on Facebook, whatever works for you, and ask your question. And what I do is I put it in my file of questions, and I'll pick one each week and answer that question and give my take on it. So it's just a good opportunity for people to ask questions and get a real life answer back instead of just Google and so on. So with that being said, feel free to leave a comment with your question. So basically, when I first awakened, I didn't know what to do. There was a couple week period where I was like, I have all this understanding of everything that's going on. I now know that there is a spirit world. I now know that there are spirit guides that are trying to get in contact with me. I now know that it's not just me. Although I've felt that my whole life, at that point, it was finally realized, okay, this is that something that I felt was there. So what I ended up doing is I ended up going down the energy healing path when I first started. My teacher, she actually introduced me to energy healing. So I started to heal with my hands. I found all my chakras, did a chakra bonding class or program, and I really just integrated all of that and started to do energy healing. But along the way, I started to have psychic stuff happening, such as visions and being able to read people, seeing spirits, and so on. So I kind of started dabbling in a little bit of everything. And then there was a point in time where I was like, okay, I want to do something with this. What can I do? And my ego got caught up in it, and I wanted to do psychic readings because I do love helping people, and I love seeing something that I was able to channel help someone else. But that just isn't my full calling, so I had to kind of do some digging and do some self exploration, and found what my true calling is, and it's teaching. I still do readings, I still do mediumship, I do healing, I teach a bunch of different programs, and so on. So I'm dabbling in a little bit of everything, but it's all generally the same thing, if that makes sense. So you've awakened and you have all these different options. So you can go into energy healing. Energy healing is healing with your hands. It's called, you can call it Reiki. Some people call it energy healing. There's a bunch of different names for it. I call it energy healing. I was taught Reiki. Reiki has symbols that you use to amplify the energy or to manipulate the energy, intensify certain energies, take away certain energies, and so on. I never resonated with the symbols. I'm not saying that they're right or wrong. Um, I just never resonated with them. So I kind of did away with a lot of the symbols. And when I'm doing my energy healing, I am balancing the chakras within the body. I'm cleansing them and really making sure that they are aligned and in good health. Along with, I do the whole body. So your whole body is getting its energy cleansed. So when you're done, you end up feeling rejuvenated. You can clear away a lot of debris that's holding you back, and so on. So when you do energy healing, you are actually, excuse me, you're actually channeling that universal energy through you and out of your hands into the person. So the other person is receiving that healing. But in reality, what's happening is you're just acting as a vessel to give that, to channel that healing energy to that person for that person's body and energy and soul to use to heal itself. So the person on the table or wherever they're at is actually the one doing the healing. They're receiving it and they're doing the healing. Now, when you go through, you can see certain things that aren't right, and you learn to manipulate the energy and fix it, and you learn to be able to pass along messages to the person and tell them what's going on with their body. But I mean, in short, that is energy healing. So you can use energy healing as a Reiki style where they're laying on the table. You can do it remotely, which is sending someone that's not with you energy and healing them from their energetic body. You can just do so much with this healing. You can heal yourself when you're not feeling right in a certain place, or you can um, just do a whole cleansing on your body with your hands, or you can do meditations to help and make up your own meditations and so on. So you get a better understanding of how the energy works within the body. You start to realize how sicknesses work and affect the body. You start to realize, okay, if this chakra is clogged, this is going to be a symptom. You know, if my third eye chakra is clogged, I'm going to start experiencing sinus problems. If my throat chakra is clogged or whatever, I'm going to experience some kind of throat issues and so on. So you start to realize that, and it gives you a better grasp on everything that happens with your body and life. And then there's also that it comes along with the energy healing, in my opinion. You have color therapy. So what we do every day, and we don't even realize it, is we pick out a color shirt that our body is feeling. So when we open the closet and we're like, okay, what shirt do I want to wear today? You might pick out a red shirt. Well, that red shirt is giving your root chakra some color therapy, basically. It's giving you some energy. Red is associated with energy, and it could be feeding your root chakra. So you can dabble into color therapy. When you're doing energy healing, you can lay a cloth that is red, or the coexciting, I can't even say it, that goes with the actual chakra. So you can use colors that way. You can use crystals. You can dabble into crystals. You can start learning how different crystals affect the body and affect your mood, help protect you, help heal you. And honestly, doing crystal work or using crystals is one of the safest ways to heal yourself and amplify energy. So, and you can integrate that into energy healing as well. And then you can also look into this goes along with energy healing as well. You can look into foods and how they affect your chakras in your body. So eating lettuce is good for your heart. Your heart chakra is mainly green. So different things like that. You can learn to use the energy healing along with the food, the color therapy, the crystals, and so on to really regulate your body and help heal your body energetically. And in my opinion, I think that's one of the first things that anybody should do when they first awaken to all of this. I think it's extremely important to get our energetic bodies and our chakras in a good place, because once we get our bodies in a good place, that energy is flowing and we can really start to utilize our other gifts. So, with that being said, and actually, I want to say one more thing. I did my chakra bonding, and not a lot of people teach it. I don't know of anybody that really teaches that besides my teacher that first taught me and myself. I have added a bunch to it from when I learned it and taken some away to make it fit what I feel is right. But I think that a bonding with your chakras and cleansing them on a one-on-one basis with your chakra, I think is one of the most important things that you can do in your awakening or in your spiritual process. I truly feel that. I offer a course on that, and that's not why I'm saying I truly believe that. If you know anyone else that does it, I would say 100% take their course and do that. But bonding with your chakras is by far the best thing that you can do for yourself and your body. Helps you get to know them and understand what it's like when they're overactive, underactive, when they're clean, when they're not clean, what their needs are, and so on. And that your chakras, your seven main chakras, they feed your life. I mean, they coincide with everything in your life. So it's just really important. But with all that being said, you can also you can move into the psychic portion of it, or using your gifts or your senses or your intuition. There's so many different names. I'm not a fan of calling anything or using the psychic word. I just feel like it's overblown and so on. But I think that, that's also a path that you can go down. I dabbled in it. I was very attracted to it because I thought it was cool. That was my ego saying, "Oh, this is I can communicate with spirit. I can see this person's energy and do this, do that," and it really attracted me. So I dabbled in it a lot, and I'm glad I did. But I started to kind of move a little bit too fast with it all. But you can dabble into your psychic abilities. So your psychic abilities are, I mean, you have your different senses. So you have your clairaudient, which is your hearing. You can hear spirit. Sometimes that comes in the form of it's actually sounds like your own voice talking, but it's actually your spirit guides talking, or spirit talking, whoever you're talking to. You can hear actual other voices within your head. So if you're a male, you can hear a female's voice, or if you're a female, you can hear a male's voice in your head, and that helps you differentiate who's who. You can use that to communicate with your guides, with spirit, with just really help guide you in life. You have your claircognizance, and that is your all knowing. So I'm sure a lot of you have went through this in life. When you just know something, you just know that something's going to happen. It's that gut feeling that you feel, and that is your all knowing. There's a lot of times when I see a person and I just know that they are having marital problems. I just know that. I don't know how I know it. I just know I know it. And at this point, I became really comfortable with that because that's one of my most natural kind of gifts that I have. So a lot of information just comes across real easily, and it's really not a huge deal, and it's easy to differentiate for me. For a lot of people, it's not. It's actually one of the most confused clairs. That's what they're called. Your clairvoyance, claircognizance, and all that. But it's one of the most confused senses that we have. So with that being said, you have your clairvoyance, which is your seeing. You can see vision. You can see visions. You can see energy. You can see spirits. So for me, one of my biggest things when I was going through all of this, I started to see within my mind, not with my real eyes, within my mind. If I'm looking in a part of the room in my house, I would see a spirit sitting over there, or a spirit walk by in the hallway, and so on. And I kind of never thought too much of it, but when I started getting into the spiritual stuff, I started to realize, okay, I'm really seeing something. And then when I started to communicate with my guides, I started to be able to just see my guides. And it really was um, life changing to know that I can see all of that. And one of my very first awakening experiences was a vision. So you can dabble in that. It's really easy to do, but it's really hard to believe in yourself and believe what you're seeing. It's basically you're seeing in through your third eye. So it's almost like if you close your eyes and you direct your attention to right here, and there's darkness, and then you try to say, you ask your guides, spirit guides, can you give me a one word to help me in life right now? And then you visualize a black board or a white board or whatever it is, or just an area, and see what's written out there. Or you can just say, can you give me some advice, and see what kind of vision you get. A lot of the times it's symbolism, so you have to kind of get your symbols down. But what happens is when there's a symbolized message that's sent, a lot of the times it comes with a download. And with that download, what I mean by that is you'll see a vision of, let's say, you see a vision of a cow eating grass. So to a normal person, you would think, okay, there's a cow eating grass. But in reality, what could come along with that vision is a knowing, or a whole sentence or paragraph that's stating you're eating a lot of meat and you really need to eat some grass, um, such as lettuce and so on, for your health because your heart's not doing so good or whatever it is. But it comes with a knowing like that. And that takes a lot of practice. Your clairvoyance does, for some people, it takes a lot of practice. For others, it's really easy. For most people, you're already able to do it. You just don't realize you're doing it. So it takes some time to realize what you're doing, and then differentiating the difference between your imagination and what you're actually seeing. It's taken me years to try to get it, and I mean it's always, you're always a work in progress. You're always going to get better at what you're doing, and it's just always a progress or a process. So you have your clairvoyance, and then you have your clairsentience, which is your feeling. A lot of us, people that awaken, realize that we have been taking on and feeling other people's energy. A lot of people that are really clairsentient are people that take on others' energy. So when someone walks in the room, you may not even know that they're mad, but when they come into that room, all of a sudden you get mad. Now, if you're not paying attention, you wouldn't know what's going on. But if you are paying attention, you realize, okay, I just got mad out of nowhere. I'm laughing with my friends, hanging out, and I'm mad all of a sudden. And then you can realize, okay, that person just walked in the room. And then maybe you'll ever hear them talking to someone about a road rage incident that just happened, or something of that nature. So you'll understand, okay, I took on their energy. Eventually, you're able to just know that that's the person that you're taking on that energy, and you can put up a shield, you can shield yourself from that person's energy, and so on. But clairsentience also is about feeling. So if you're sitting down with someone and you're doing a reading, or whatever you're doing, or a healing, sometimes you can feel what that person is actually feeling. So if they have pain in their shoulder, when you sit down with them and you connect with them, you might start feeling a little bit of a pain in your shoulder, or a sensation in your shoulder, saying, okay, they're having pain, or whatever. So that's a little bit of clairsentience. And then you have, I can't remember the actual names of them. I'm not a big label guy. I'm sorry. So I don't get into the label stuff. I just know what I know, and I do what I do. but you can smell. So you can all of a sudden get a smell of a cologne, and you might all of a sudden know that that smell of that cologne is from this person's grandfather or something. Or you might smell the cologne and explain it to someone, and they might say, "Oh my gosh, that sounds like the cologne my grandpa wore," or something along those lines. And then you have tasting, where you can taste stuff, and these are all psychic senses. So you may be you may sit down for a reading and you start tasting, or you're connecting with a spirit of some sort, a past loved one for someone, and you start to taste blood or something, and you bring it up, and that might have been how the person passed away or something of that nature. Or you may taste some kind of food and ask the person about it, and they might tell you it's that person's favorite food, and so on. And I might be missing some, but I think you get the gist. So those are your psychic abilities, and you can use those for doing readings on people. You can use that to help guide people in life, help guide yourself in life, and so on. Then you have mediumship. That is actually communicating with past loved ones. I'm getting kind of long on this video, so I'm gonna kind of shorten out the explanations a little bit. But mediumship is communicating with past loved ones, or spirit guides for someone else, or whatever. It's kind of mixed in with psychic abilities. It's a label. But with mediumship, you can really help other people to heal from deaths of people. I do some mediumship. I did it a lot. I strayed away, and now I'm getting back into it a lot. And it actually comes easier to me than a lot of my other gifts, to be honest. It's just all about learning to communicate with other spirits, and it takes a lot of practice, and you should always seek out some professional guidance, because there's some boundaries that you need to set up and so on with that. But that's also another route you can go, communicating with other spirits. And then let me think where I was going to go from here. Just basically, the possibilities are endless. Once you awaken and once you realize the different gifts that you actually have, and they'll become prominent, they'll become evident, and you'll start realizing, or you'll be pushed into certain things, and you'll start to realize. But the possibilities are endless with this. I mean, you can advise businesses on their decisions using your psychic intuition, all of those senses. You can really help. I mean, businesses. You can help individual people. You can not do any of that and help yourself. You can just go on a self love kind of thing, and try to heal yourself. You can start healing, doing all of your shadow, or as much shadow work as you possibly can. You can start to heal your body, heal your chakras, heal everything within you, and become a more complete person. You can use your gifts to do all of that. You can, like I said, I mean, you can teach, you can help guide others, you can become mentors to others, and so on. So there's just so much stuff that you can do once you're awake, and you can just really bring a sense of wisdom into a room full of people. And I think that it's just there's something about knowing that there's a spiritual world, no matter if you call it God, the universe, your spirit guides, loved ones past, no matter what you call it. I just think that there's a true peace with knowing that there are people, spirits, that are guiding us and helping us along the way. And I think once you realize there's also gifts involved, and you're also all of this magic kind of stuff that you never thought was possible, or the TV says that it's not real or makes it into a fantasy, and you start to realize that a lot of this stuff actually is real, it the world kind of becomes a new place. I was just at a meeting today, and one of the people was saying that they really feel almost like they were born again, or like it's a new start, pretty much. And it really feels that way. You really are faced with, wow, all of this stuff is real, and all of this stuff can be used to help me. So, yeah. And also, one more thing I wanted to mention is there are also, and I'm missing probably 100 different things. And when I do these videos, I honestly just get on here and I talk. I don't have anything written down 90% of the time. I just go off of what is coming to me. And this is one of the last things that's came to me is deviation tools. Meaning, let me see, do I have anything here? So I have this right here. This is a tuning fork. This right here. So when you hit this is it makes the sound. You can get so many different kind of tuning forks. You can get tuning forks that are for each one of your chakras, and you can use that. It sends vibration to them. This is another tool. You have your tarot cards. This is the deck that I choose to use, and I don't really use it that often. I did use it every once in a while, but it just doesn't really. I would rather just get the messages myself instead of on a tarot card deck, which it's fine if you use it. I just want to use myself. And you can use pendulums to get answers, yes and no answers. You can draw grids to get more answers of that. And I wanted to see how long I've been on here. It's getting pretty long of a video. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. So, different tools. You can use a bunch of different tools. I have a singing bowl also right here. You can hit it. You can, there's so many different kinds of singing bowls. I mean, they have singing bowls that are humongous. But you can use those to really bring or raise the vibration in the room or someone's energy, their vibrations, and so on. So there's just a bunch of different tools that you can use. So you can look into that and start seeing if anything works for you. My last little bit of advice would be, when you're on your spiritual journey, just do what you feel led to do. And do what they lead you to do. If you're not meant to go down a intuitive route or a psychic reader route or a mediumship route, they're not going to really present that to you. But if you choose you want to, they'll support you unless if it's just 100% not what you need to do. So just follow the path that they give you. But I just wanted to give people hope, or some ideas on where they can go next with their newly found spirituality. With all that being said, I just want to thank you all for sticking with me through this long video. I truly appreciate you watching my videos, and I will be on again at the beginning of next week with a question and answer video, and midweek around Wednesday I will have another informational video like this, and we'll talk about something else. I'm thinking about maybe how to integrate some of our gifts and such into our lives, telling you a little bit more about how to integrate that, but I'm not sure. We'll see where Spirit leads me. Every time I go to do a video, I sit down in this chair and I ask Spirit what I should talk about, and I just go off of it. So, thanks again, guys. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a like if you found this video helpful. Leave a comment if you want. And I really appreciate you all. Thank you. Have a great night.